time for Measure Twice.
Welcome to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors and Joel Graber from Graber Custom Remodeling. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential, and we're brought to you in part by Leatherman Supply. Everything windows, doors, cabinets, and countertops, with the showroom now open in Granger next to C. Kramer Interiors and Hoosier Hardwood Floors. Michiana's trusted and valued experts on hardwood floors. You can visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. I know what you're thinking. I didn't say where you're listening to us, but you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk 95.3 MNC. A little out of order, but, whatever. It's okay. Joel, my friend, we have a good topic today. I think you're really going to enjoy it. And I'm not just saying that. I think you actually are. And you're a good faker, though. You could fake it with the best of them. You'd never know if Joel disliked or liked the topic in here. Chris, on the other hand,
he lets you know. You see it on his face.
Yeah, we just don't talk about what he doesn't want to talk about. I'm just kidding. Chris, you've always enjoyed our topics here, and I like the color on you too today.
Oh, thanks. Just look like sunshine.
Yeah, it's sunshine. Right. I was gonna say mustard, but it's not really.
No, it's not mustard.
No,
it's brighter than mustard.
It's sunshiny, and the little horses.
And my socks coordinate.
Let me see.
Oh, yep.
What color are they, Joel?
They're
yellow.
Actually, what are they?
Is that black?
Yeah, well, they're
with like a yellow and a green.
They're some type of alcohol.
It looks like
alcoholic drink.
It looks like a tequila shot with a lime.
Oh. Yeah. All right, we can do that in about 20, 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah. Really open things up here.
I don't see Chris as a tequila guy.
No.
I don't mind it.
Like straight tequila?
Oh, no, I don't drink anything straight other than bourbon.
Some really,
unless it's bourbon.
Yeah.
There's some really bad tequila.
And there's some really good tequila.
That's true.
Don't I know it? We stay away from tequila in the Perugini household. It's what do they call that one? It's a psychedelic for me, man. Yeah. Not gonna. I get super creative on tequila. And I already arrive at the party creative. Don't need any more of that.
Yeah, I was at a restaurant where they had a martini made from tequila, which was very unusual.
Isn't that called a Martinez? Hi-oh, you heard it here first, folks.
It was very good.
Yeah, with like an olive
lemon, it was like limoncello and tequila, and it was very good.
That's what you say after you drink. You take your first sip, and you're like, limoncello, cello, everybody.
Oh, geez.
Oh boy.
Boo.
It's not a good one.
Yeah, I like this topic.
I told you you'd like it.
Groan. You need a groan button.
Yeah. That's funny.
A groan button.
We do need some sound effects.
We could sell that at Spencer's Gifts.
That's funny.
Groan. Ooh, dad joke groan buttons. Wow. Okay. Well, so like I'll just jump into the topic. We've avoided enough already. So hello. We just made an angel.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
So right about like if you think about the time of year we're talking about, like, late summer, I don't know if it's dog days of summer or whatever, but projects are like hot and heavy going on right now because generally this is like prime time. I mean, anybody who just takes a walk into a Menards or a box store can see it's just there's stuff going on. This is the busy time. So there are a certain amount of people that are living with a renovation. Like they can't move out. They have to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's an interesting situation. I mean, you guys deal with that sometimes, right? Sometimes people have to be there while you're. I don't mean while you're doing it, like in the room. I mean they're living. Yeah. They have to occupy the home. They can't. They have to.
Well, even if they wouldn't have to, oftentimes people choose to.
Right. If you optimally, if you're renovating,
it depends on what's happening, right? Like certain things you can live in.
Right. But a basement remodel you can kind of live in because, if it's not your main living area.
Yeah.
I would say. But before we get into that, though, can you get Like, let's say you're using a loan to renovate. Let's just, right? Is it possible to use that to get money from the loan so that you could relocate to like an extended stay or something like that? Can you incorporate that? Do you know?
No idea.
My guess is no. I mean, it depends. I mean,
if you're doing like a HELOC, you can use your money however you want.
yeah, or like a line of credit.
Right.
They don't care.
Then you can.
But if it's like for a specific, if you're going for a home improvement loan, I think those are typically locked in. They want to
in for
know what you're doing
right.
and what the scope of the project is.
Frankly, I wouldn't want to have to pay interest on a stay somewhere else.
No kidding.
Right. But if you had to if it gets the work done weeks ahead of time because you're not there, like if it affects the timeline because you're there.
It shouldn't.
No?
Typically,
think so.
timeline's not going to be affected. But your quality of living will be,
Yeah.
and your peace of mind.
Right. It's going to be loud.
You'll really be
Dusty,
looking for
loud.
that tequila.
Yeah. You should have.
Limoncello.
I knew he would take to that.
Yeah,
Deep down, I knew he would like that. So, I mean, optimally, if you're doing some major renovation in your house, don't be there. That's position alpha.
I want to be there.
Living there?
Yeah. I want to make sure it's being done right.
I don't know. I can't tell if he's being serious or not. Are you being
He
serious?
knows. The difference is he knows if it's being done right.
Yeah, but not everybody does. And then you just need to follow up on things.
Right.
You still need to
Okay.
be present. You should
Yeah,
never.
I see where
not
you're going.
Show up.
You don't necessarily mean you should live there, but you necessarily mean that you should be there.
I've lived there through major renovations. Just to make sure you're clean and showered and ready to go before anybody shows up.
Yeah, please.
What time are we going to be there? 7:30. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I think most people live in their houses during renovations.
Right. Because it's
Most
just reality. Even if it's a kitchen.
Unless you're fortunate enough to have a second home when you can leave and
Yeah.
just have other people take care of it for you.
That's just reality, right? I mean, that's
Yeah,
just,
for the
most
vast,
part.
for the vast majority of people.
Yes.
right. Because where else are you going to go? It's expensive to get really double-digit percentages of the cost of your job.
Yep.
If or the renovation. So living there is something that means you're coexisting on a construction site.
Mm-hmm.
So that has to be its own plan as well. I mean, you have the plan for the construction, but part of that plan for the homeowner is the planning how you're going to live around it. Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, and what is the renovation?
Right.
Is it a bathroom? Is it a kitchen? Is it a room addition?
The bathroom, if you have another bathroom, it's simple. You're going to use that bathroom.
Right.
If it's a kitchen,
Typically only have one.
Yeah.
typically only have one kitchen. You have to plan meals and stuff. And where I'm going with this is that I can't help but think that at least the designer would be involved in saying, hey, do you have a plan for how you're going to be while this is going on? Because that would be that could be a very grumpy situation for the homeowner. If they haven't planned it out, they don't have a kitchen, and then I just think it makes the whole project could seem bad when it's not even that bad. Why you make it, you know what I mean? Like,
Not my problem.
I don't believe him for a second. He's just messing with me.
Yeah, for sure.
What, to prep the client, to
you
let them know?
Yeah, don't
They
you-
already know.
So you don't do any prep with him?
Not really.
You don't ever say like, hey, look, you're not going to be able to use the kitchen. You got
Usually the contractor goes through all that with them.
Yeah.
Is that okay? So I was going the wrong way. So you guys kind of prep them out, like
Try to, yeah.
Hey,
Because they're the ones that are there every day.
Yeah. I mean, you talk through it as much as you can, but you can never really be ready for what it is.
No. The biggest question I always get is dust control.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest.
We're going to talk about that in the next segment, like the actual things that we do to protect the house.
But that's part of in their mind, that's part of their prep.
Oh, okay. Well, next segment we'll get to that. My point is that as a contractor, then you want to make sure that you're not being scrutinized just because they're grumpy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just a bad day,
Yeah.
and that satisfaction level, if it's even, you while you're supervising them, you're not like, going, wow, this is just all crap.
There's a lot to that topic that you're just referring to that goes throughout the process.
Okay, good. When we come back, let's talk about that, Chris. Put a pin in that. We'll be right back. This is Measure 20. Welcome back to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Joel Graber from Graber Custom Remodeling and Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential, and you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk 95.3 MNC. We're brought to you in part by Leatherman Supply. Everything windows, countertops, doors, and more and they're located right next to C. Kramer Interiors in Granger. So visit them. Beautiful showroom. And visit Chris while you're there. Why not? Say hi. High five him. Although at your and eye height, it's like a medium 5.
Sure.
And then Hoosier Hardwood Floors, Michiana's trusted and valued experts on hardwood floors. You could visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. You could visit Dean, don't think that Dean's not out in the field doing stuff.
He's always out in the field doing
I heard
stuff.
through the grapevine he was out doing a floor, man.
Yeah.
So he doesn't,
No, he doesn't just sit in an office.
no, he gets his hands dirty.
Yep.
Dean, good guy.
He's the man.
He's the man. Anytime he wants to come in here, he could barge right in. He just has to sing "Hey Big Spender" when he does it. We're talking about like, hey, your house is getting done and you got to live there. You have to coexist through some construction. What does that mean? Like, what happens to your life? We know it's upheaval, really, is what happens, because you're losing it. Chances are, if you're renovating a room, you're losing the room.
Yep. Yep.
So, and Chris, you were making a point that the planning phase, the coexistence, it actually lasts throughout the whole project.
Correct. Absolutely.
And go.
Run with it.
Just run
But
wild.
no, the point. In the last segment, I was talking about we were talking about preparing to live through the construction phase, but there's also the reality of living through the construction phase we get the questions. The contractor gets the questions. What are we going to do to keep the dust down? What are we going to do to, we want to mitigate as much of this as we can. But when you're living through the process, the good thing about it is you're seeing the process come together. You catch things that you didn't expect. And the contractors catch things they didn't expect. They can communicate with the homeowner immediately to get their approval or so they can see.
Like when they're on the spot.
Yeah, they're on the spot.
Yeah.
Here you go. We ran into this situation. This is what we need to do to fix it. I know this wasn't in the initial quote, but this is one of the things that I really would recommend that you fix.
Good. And when you're in a certain age home, that's almost a guarantee you're going to run
Right.
into
Well,
something.
even it could even be a new home.
Any remodel.
Yeah.
Right.
But so you're living through it, but you're also you're in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So you're catching things, you're seeing things. A lot of times the homeowner that's going through the remodel, something goes in, they're like, "Oh, I don't remember we picked this, I'm not sure I like it." We hear that's where we come in, because they're calling us saying, "Is this right? Can you come over and take a look at it? I'm not sure."
Right.
So all of those things kind of are things, if you're thinking about remodeling, those are just part of living through it.
So it's not all bad. It's inconvenient,
Nope.
but there are some advantages.
There's a lot of
lag in
there's
your
probably
communication.
more advantages than disadvantages.
That probably true. It's definitely inconvenient, but
Yeah, but you're also seeing the progress, which can be good or bad. because in a consumer's mind, it's not moving fast enough. You know, it never moves fast enough.
Right.
Nobody showed up today.
Well, what people, you know, like the things that like if you are like good at what you do, like so the deconstruction or the demolition is it's like extremely fast. It's the easiest thing to do. Even if you're careful, things come out way faster, and you know, over the grand scheme of it, like a small proportion of that time is the demolition, and so people will see that happen right away, and it feels like, oh, this is going to move really quickly,
right?
But then the thing that takes the most time is all the prep for putting things back together.
Right, there is that time.
Well, and you have to consider a remodel isn't just one sub. You've got your contractor, and depending on what you're doing, you might have a framer, you're going to have an electrician, a plumber, carpenter, and all those are all subs, and they're all doing other projects at the same time. So they're they're scheduling them to come in to do specific jobs at specific times. So that we hear that, oh, nobody showed up today. Well, no, they're going to be here tomorrow. So it's managing all of that as well.
Yeah, because you might have everything agreed on with your subcontractors, and then the drywall hanger gets pushed back on the project that he was supposed to do before he gets to yours, and like so it got pushed back one day for him.
Yeah.
So that pushes you back a day.
Right.
Well, if that pushes you back a day, and then your finisher is pushed back a day, and then everybody behind them gets pushed back, that can create a snowball effect where, oh man, I have to get in that day. If I can't get in that day, now I'm going to have to wait a week to get in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Because eventually all those days add up to at the end.
But that's where communication comes in.
Right.
Right.
I mean, with the client. So, but I mean, those are just some of the things that we deal with.
Right.
And
if you're there every day, you know, it's hard to see the construction that happens in smaller chunks, because like you said, demolition is a big chunk. Like
and
you
it's
just
fast.
come in and like it seems like overnight this thing's ready to get put back together.
Well, not even overnight. I mean, within a couple hours, your cabinets are out of the house.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, they're gone.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
oh wow, this is exciting.
This moves,
This moves really quick, and then it's like, oh.
Then there's the middle, which is like, whoa.
You have all your rough ends, any carpentry, like any framing carpentry that you have to do, insulation, all of these prep things in order to start putting it back together.
And if you live there, it's hard to see.
Yeah. Well, even if you don't live there, unless you're in that, I mean, it still happens for me, and I've done this for decades now. And there's times where I'm like, man, this seems like it's taken a long time, but it's just the process.
Right.
Because it does take time.
Yeah, and there are certain things that are done that have to sit and cure or wait before you can move to the next step. So
you can only do so many drywall coats of drywall.
Yeah, that's right. Drywall waits for no man.
Well, just like if you're pouring a foundation, you have to wait for things to cure before you can start building on top of it.
And it's really funny because to that end, anybody that's like maybe put in a basketball court, let's say, and you laid cement, and you could walk on the cement like pretty quickly, relatively quick. Not the same day, but like the next day you could walk around. But the cement guys will tell you it's not ready for basketball yet. Well, you're not ready.
We hear that all the time with driveways.
Yeah, driveway.
Can I drive on this? No, you cannot. You cannot drive on
Yeah,
this.
It's like a cake. The middle's not done.
Yeah, do not bring your trucks on the driveway.
I mean, it takes. I believe it's like 27 days for concrete to cure to full strength.
Totally cure.
It doesn't. You can drive on it before that with certain vehicles, but like really like
golf cart.
Yeah.
Right. And that what I've heard, and maybe you'll back me up on this, it's like it's not going to crack immediately if you drive too heavy a vehicle on it. It's not like it's going to go. It can, but generally it's not going to collapse. What'll happen is that you created a tiny crack in it that 4 years from now,
well,
will crack
That's one thing they'll tell you concrete is guaranteed to do, and that's crack.
because it's brittle. With what it is.
Because it is what it is. Because the earth underneath moves, and
Right.
Yeah.
And
And if you live especially if you live in a place with 4 seasons.
then
mean,
the environment's
expansions and
moving
contractions.
too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The rebar part, like what they put through the cement,
The
is
mesh.
the mesh. That's serious. Like if you ever see somebody pouring cement, like, and they're not using that, and it's big like a driveway,
Oh yeah, you want that.
you might want to say, "Hey, can you throw some in for me?" Smaller stuff, like maybe not, but I would always put mesh in, even if I was putting any slab, even a tiny one, like an air conditioner slab or whatever. I would still do that, because it's another thing to help it. But when you're living in the home, like you said, what my point was is that if you see someone every day, it's hard to tell their changes because they change a little over time. That middle section, if you're living in the home, it's kind of hard to tell till the cabinets come in. Then the cabinets come in the kitchen. You're like, oh.
Or drywall starts going up. People start feeling better about it.
But before that, there were 50 fixtures put in the room. It's
prepped
hard
for. Yeah.
Hard to tell, but each one takes a few minutes, and if you add them all up, that's a whole day. That takes time. When you're in the home, sometimes it's hard to feel that time go by.
Right. Because you're living it in the moment. You're in the moment.
Right.
Every day.
And like you said, if there's a whole day where someone didn't show up, it's like, we could have been doing something that day.
Yeah.
It's like,
this could have moved along faster, but
right. So when we come back, let's talk about some of the things that you'd expect to see while you're in the home having construction done, including dust collection. When we come back, this is Measure Twice. Welcome back to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors and Joel Graber from Graber Custom and Remodeling. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential, and you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk 95.3 MNC, and you're learning a lot today. And I would think that Leatherman Supply will be proud of us today. So you can visit them, windows, countertops, cabinets, and more. With their location right next to C. Kramer Interiors in Granger. And Hoosier Hardwood Floors, Michiana's trusted and valued experts on hardwood floors. You can visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. We're talking about coexistence while construction's going on in your house, because most projects, most people can't vacate their house while it's being constructed, or it's not economical. Not an economical decision. And we're talking about the rooms that are invasive. Obviously, if you're doing a room that you don't use, or if you're adding like a Four Seasons room or something like that, that's real construction, but it's not taking your kitchen away. It's not taking your master bathroom away. It's not taking your ensuite down. It's like, these are invasive things that we were talking about. And basically what we've come up with is, hey, look, it's not all bad. There's some advantages to being there. You're on the spot. Something changes, something happens. You're within shouting distance, so to speak.
And the communication's usually instant.
Yeah.
Instantaneous, because you're there and they're there.
Which is a good thing. There are some things that you'll have to see, though. You're going to see that your life is changing. And one of the things that comes up a lot is dust collection. And that's a big deal, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Like, what measures do you take, Joel, for dust? Like, just to give somebody an idea
Dust
of what you have to go through to control dust leaking into the rest of the house.
Well, I mean, construction dust is going to find a way. The goal is to minimize it.
You're minimizing. You're not eliminating
You
dust.
can never eliminate dust.
Right.
You can minimize it. Well, if you don't have a forced air system for your HVAC, you can control it a lot easier.
What do you mean? So describe what you mean.
Forced air is like your ducts. You have a duct system for your heating and cooling. So you have your floor registers, your cold air returns. Because the cold air return is really where the dust is getting moved around.
So do you have to block that?
Well, what we do is we get media filter and cover registers with media filter to try to minimize as much. We have like they're called air cleaners. Like they're a big HEPA it's not necessarily a vac, but like it's a big HEPA filter with a tube that you can set out, take the tube outside. So the air is getting pushed outside rather than just blowing around inside,
Right.
picking up dust.
That's good
And
for
that
everybody.
HEPA
That's good
filter-
for the workers and the rest of the house.
Yeah,
I would
HEPA filter
imagine.
catches. I mean, what we have, I can't remember. I want to say it's like good for like 3,000 square feet, something like that.
That's big.
Yeah. Now, you get, they say that, but like you get to 3,000 square feet, you better have more than that.
Right.
We'll plastic barriers with zip doors in them, covering floors. If we're cutting inside with like a chop saw, we have a hood that catches most of your dust.
I mean, you really have to go out of your way to do it, but you should. Even if you weren't worried about the contamination of the house, the contamination of the environment that you're working in is important too, because it can really affect how you see things, how much energy you have the rest of the day if everybody has to wear a mask.
The setup, once you have stuff set up, you're golden. You
Right.
may have, you have to clean filters periodically, stuff like that. You need to sweep and vacuum on a regular basis, so that you're not just collecting piles of dust. But once you actually have stuff set up, it's easy to maintain. It's just a matter of getting it set up.
I can tell you that you probably can't sneak around the house because no matter what you go through, there's still dust on the floor. If somebody went in to sneak a peek, like the homeowner went in to sneak a peek and then walks around in their house, you don't have to be Sherlock Holmes to see where they walked.
Right.
Because you'll track it back in, But this is something that is really the last thing you would think about as a homeowner, really, until it's explained to you. And then it's like, whoa, all you can think about. What I'm surprised about is that you don't just cover the vents, you filter the vents.
Well, the house still needs to have the airflow. So if we block the vents, that messes with.
You may as well turn it off.
That messes with the
Really?
whole system.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was surprising to me because in my mind, I thought you just like tape them over.
No, you can't.
You can't.
That'd be bad news.
Yeah.
Wow.
Your system's not going to function efficiently.
Because it's accounting for that room.
Mm-hmm.
And
It
it's-
needs the
It all
airflow
works together.
Yeah.
Interesting. So now you're basically trying to filter out the particulates, and then it's probably the HVAC filter is probably going to get
That's going to have to be replaced.
right.
Construction.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And then if it's in the winter, your furnace is incinerating some stuff, right? Which is really a surprise to me. That I thought the filters were on the other side of the incinerator. They're not. They're before the furnace. They're before the fire.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't realize that. It was years ago I realized it, but it's like, oh, so you're saying that you can't just seal off the room. You can't just seal it because your HVAC will get
It depends. If you don't have a cold air return, you can shut the register.
right. Okay.
You just can't block the cold air return.
Well, you still probably should shut the register.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're shutting the registers, but it's the return that you need.
That's where the dust gets back into the
Yeah,
system.
because it's pulling it into the
so you're both
circulation system
shutting the register and covering the register
and filtering
filtering.
the cold air return.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I mean, this is stuff that is important.
Well,
Well, the other thing that you do, like, and this is, you have to have like an area where you're staging your tools every day. Then at the end of the day, because that might not necessarily be about cleanliness or dust control, but when stuff is in a spot every day and organized and kind of out of the way, it feels to the homeowner, it feels less dirty
yeah, when it looks like it's supposed to be.
because it's not cluttered.
Well, and a lot of the feedback we receive is that they're pleased that at the end of the workday that the spaces are cleaned.
Mm-hmm.
The floors are swept,
Right.
debris is gone.
Right.
Right.
So they appreciate that level of detail because in their minds, I think they're going to be living in a complete mess.
Right.
But it also shows a sign of respect that you're respecting their
right.
property.
Right.
Right. And that's important. That goes a long way and lends some equity to your
Well, it's
to your
like,
work.
you know, the thing that grates on me the most is seeing tools just laying around. Because for me, like, I'm thinking, well, somebody could break that easier because
Right.
it's not put away. So, so then I have to pay for a new tool or fix it.
Right. Or they can
And if
break
I'm a
their leg on it.
homeowner, like, I'm looking at that scene and, like, say it's a sawzall with a blade on it, like, that could damage my floor or something else.
Right.
Or, like, you know, towards the end when the tops are on the counter, like if you're doing a kitchen, tops are on the kitchen, and somebody sets a hammer on the top, that's not really going to do anything to a quartz top sitting on the top of it. But you still put something down when you put the hammer down because you don't want to take the chance.
Well, I'm always conscious of that, even if it's not a construction. And I'm in there, if I'm hanging artwork for a client and I have a hammer, I'm careful about, I'm not going to put that on their end table. I'll put it on the floor. I'll put it on,
Right.
you know, it's not so much that I'm going to damage it, but the perception
Right.
is,
Right.
It shows that you care about their stuff.
We talk about that all the time. If you care about that detail, it extends itself into your whole operation. If
It's
you care
called
about that detail, you'll
it's just a level of professionalism. I mean,
Right.
in respect.
right.
So that's the first thing we were taught in design school. You never leave the house. You should always leave the house the way you found it. In other words, you don't leave your stuff around.
Right.
You're very careful about what you're doing in someone else's home.
Now, on a construction site, I imagine you're leaving a fair amount of tools behind. If that's the job that you're doing, like you might not pack the table saw up.
It wouldn't be efficient.
Right.
You
Right,
take
yeah,
your
yeah.
tools down every
People
day and
wouldn't-
set them back up.
People want, but
they
if
should be
things
parked, right,
if
is what you're
things
saying.
are staged appropriately, then it feels like that. Okay, this is where this is supposed to be, and it doesn't feel cluttered.
Yeah, and it's out of my way, and
Right.
and it's nice and tidy.
Yeah,
Right. And then you can get a fresh start when you show up at work.
Right.
You're not
It's
spending an hour.
You're better off spending a little bit of time at the end of the day making sure everything's put away, because then you're starting. Then it's a good
Right.
start.
Right.
Yeah, if you had to take your tools down every night, oof.
Yeah, that wouldn't be.
I mean,
You'd
there's times where you just can't avoid that,
well,
but that's a pain in the butt.
when we come back, let's wrap it up with some of some tips to coexisting with your construction on Measure Twice. Welcome back to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors and Joel Graber from Graber Custom Remodeling. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential, and you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk 95.3 MNC. We're brought to you in part by Leatherman Supply. Everything windows, doors, cabinets, and countertops, with the showroom now open in Granger next to C. Kramer Interiors and Hoosier Hardwood Floors. Michiana's trusted and valued experts on hardwood floors. You can visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. Sometimes you catch us coming out of a break where we're just cracking each other up, and that's what
He's
happens.
still trying to process. How do I do that?
No, I understand it. I'm just thinking to myself, what a jackass.
Because Joel's his mind is he's trying to figure it out.
I was trying to figure it out.
How do you do that?
I was trying to figure it out.
Nobody heard the joke that's listening right now, but
Yeah.
basically Chris said you,
Eat over a ton of dirt every day.
and Joel was like,
I was
"Huh?"
like, I
How?
was trying to figure this out, and then
He was giving you the caveman face.
He was.
Fire.
How's that possible?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I should have known better. I should
Yeah.
have known better.
Yeah, don't fall for it.
That was one of my dad's jokes.
That was
Okay.
like, oh man, that was like a dirt floor joke.
yeah. Exactly.
When they literally ate over dirt.
Literally ate over dirt every day. We'll let you figure it out. You can Google the answer to that.
That's right.
We're not going to let the cat out of the bag here. We apologize for any speeding tickets or whatever. We're not responsible for those. We're talking about coexisting with your construction on site and some ways that Well, as a homeowner, if you're doing that, what should you be prepared for?
Anything.
What would you tell them?
Yeah.
But what mindset advice would you give, Joel, if you're working with a customer? What tips, if they're listening right now and they have a project coming up, what should they bear in mind to help them through the situation?
Oh boy. Trust the process.
Trust the process. Okay.
It's a process.
Yeah.
It is in fact
We will be here. This is what you can expect. There's going to be deconstruction, new construction. We will do everything we can to minimize the dust and the mess. But this is just part of what the process will be.
Do you let them know? I'm sorry. I didn't want to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Do you let them know ahead of time? Hey, look, there are some days that nobody's going to be here because of scheduling. It's not because they don't love you. Do you prep them for that? It's tough to do that.
It's hard to
isn't it?
do.
I mean, now we are publishing our schedule so they can see that.
Right.
And then they can see any changes and get an explanation for changes, which makes it better because then people feel like they're part of the process. And it's better if you
And they
feel like
should be.
which you should
They
be.
should be.
It shouldn't be a surprise. This is what I would say. It shouldn't be a surprise if nobody shows up.
They should
Right.
already probably know.
Except,
There are times where it's a surprise to us, though.
yeah, exactly.
You know?
But that's where communication
Right.
comes in, where if you get a call in the morning that I can't be there today, then you need to let the homeowner know.
Right.
Don't just let them
Right.
hanging.
Right.
Right.
Because that's where the frustrations come in.
Right.
Somebody's supposed to be here today and they didn't show up.
Right.
That's
Right.
where we hear.
Yeah.
That's what we
Right.
hear.
Right. Because
Right.
and you should hear about it.
Right.
Because you should know.
But if you know that, call them and say, oh, so-and-so was scheduled, but they're behind on another, they'll be there tomorrow instead of today.
And that's always tough for somebody to hear because all they hear is that person's project's more important than my project.
Well, you don't necessarily have to say it that way, but yeah, I mean, it will be a disappointment. It's just human nature.
Right.
That, oh shoot, I was expecting this to be done, and so this could next, and then we can move on to the next step. Well, that's where flexibility comes in. But it all comes back to keep them informed.
Right.
And what I'm hearing, though, as a homeowner, person living with that, if you have access to the calendar, look at it.
That, and it's okay to ask questions.
Mm-hmm. Should ask questions.
Yeah. Like
Right.
if you're not sure, like the next part of the process, how is this going to work? Ask. It's important because it's easy for a contractor to forget that the homeowner doesn't typically understand the process.
Same thing with the designer.
You know,
You
because
don't.
we work in it all the time.
Yeah.
And so, like for me, it's natural. Just the next step is this. You know,
Yep.
like
Right.
so it's easy to forget that the homeowner doesn't know this process. So
Yep.
it's important that you ask these questions. It doesn't offend anybody. It doesn't make me mad that you're asking me. It's a good reminder to me. Like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I need to keep up and keep the information coming because just because I know the process because I live it doesn't mean that they do.
It's second nature to us.
Right.
We don't even, and we're so into the project, we're not even thinking about
Right.
the next step, or
Right.
we know the next step, and it's easy to forget that the client doesn't see things the way we do.
Right.
They don't experience things the way we do. So we do a lot of, that's when they call us and say, I'm not sure what this is right. Can you come over and take a look? I'm not sure that this is the right paint color. We hear, those are the types of things we hear all the time through the process.
Right.
I'm not sure I like this. It's like just, you're only seeing one element. You have to wait for the whole thing to
Right.
come together.
Right. You can't judge.
Each piece.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like
By itself.
because
But
they're not
it's-
together.
Again, but when I'm on the other end of it and I'm having something done, I'm just the same way as the client would be.
You
And
just
then-
turn it, you get feral.
right, and then I'm reminded myself of, oh, wait a minute, this is how other customers feel,
Yeah.
and I get it because sometimes I'm in the same situation. I don't know if I like this. I don't know if this is right. Is this right?
For sure.
Right.
My worst client is the one at home. I could say that because she doesn't listen.
until tomorrow.
Yeah,
Tomorrow will be our first time. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Which kid are you talking about?
But that's a fact, right? You everybody's a customer.
Yep.
You know, even you and Joel and Chris become customers when something happens. Hey, if you get your car worked on, you're the customer. But
Yep.
it's the same basic process.
Principles,
It's just
I am my own worst customer.
wrought with indecision.
Oh, you have no idea.
He's a mind changer.
I
There's
can
mind readers
I
and
can
mind
pick
changers.
things out for a client all day long, but if I have to try to do something for myself, forget it.
So would you hire a designer then for you personally?
No.
So you're
I'll figure it out. It's just
right,
you don't have a lot of time
right.
to think about your own because you're working on everybody else's.
So you don't devote enough time to your own.
Don't devote enough time, or if I do spend a little time, I get frustrated and I walk away from it. I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know what I want.
Joel, you'd be the same way though, wouldn't you?
His is a little more cut and dried.
Yeah. Like with the construction side of stuff, like when I do something.
The process side, I think you both. I think, Chris, if your drywall was going up and the mudder was in there, I think you'd get it that mudder can't mud all
Yeah,
day.
the process part we understand.
Yeah, that part. It's more like the
It's more of the
selection.
finish selections.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's what you're talking about because
Yeah. Should I do white? Should it be stained? No, I don't know. I just forget it.
right. You know what just popped into my head? This is just a painting question. If somebody's priming your drywall, does that primer also need a whole day to dry on the drywall before paint?
No, primer dries quickly.
Very quickly. I was just popped into my head because I could see somebody.
Now, when somebody's priming, if you have a good painter, they're going to prime and they're going to see the places that are imperfections in the drywall, and then they're going to touch that up. So you won't see paint till the next day at least
because of that part.
That.
Okay.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yep. And that's what you want. You want that good painter to catch those things.
Right.
Right. So you may think, you're like, oh, well, primer, paint's going on immediately. No, primer's a day because it's really primer and
Touch up.
They typically spray the primer, don't they?
Yeah, it just depends on who it is and what the project is.
New construction, I think it's sprayed.
A lot of times.
Yeah. Because nothing's in there, right?
It's wide
Nothing's
open.
in there. It's wide open.
A lot of times in like my projects, it's not.
That's the message. This is Measure Twice.
Podcasts by Federated Media.